welcome back to Open, everyone. The Pregones PRTT Theater is holding its Stage Garden Rumba, where art meets green, and it's filled with live performances and fun for people to enjoy. And this year's event features spoken word artist Flaco Navaja, who will also be presenting a 4-night run of Evolution of a Sonero. And, well, he's here to share with us, I guess, the evolution of a sonero. Welcome, Flaco, and so excited to have you here. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm beyond elated to have you here.
Thank you. It's been a minute.
Yes.
It's been a minute. It's a pleasure to be here, though.
And we're so happy that you've come back. I think the last time I had you on was almost like maybe 10 years ago or something like that. Because it was when you were doing East Willie B. And that's one of the things I want to say is that you have been really blessed with just continuously working and developing your craft and just working in all areas of the arts, right? Because I mean, I introduced you as a spoken word artist, but you're a lead singer, you have your own band, you're an actor, you've done commercials, you've been on, I don't even know if I should go through your resume of all the television programs that you've had featured roles in. And so it's really an honor to have you here and see you.
Thank you.
Where you are now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think blessed is a definite way to put it, and I'm happy.
Yeah, and the fact that you're sharing it with us is cool. Our blessing, right?
Thanks.
And so let's go let's talk a little bit about your relationship with Pregones, because you've been doing a lot of work with them, and I know you just came back from being in the West Coast, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, Pregones, the PRTT is a home for me. And I've been blessed with the opportunity of becoming an ensemble member of this historic and very iconic and important group of people that does amazing work in the theater. So yeah, we just got back from Los Angeles. We were doing a wonderful festival out there called Encuentro de las Américas, which put together a bunch of theater companies from all over the United States and Latin America, and did some wonderful work. So we was out there for a month performing one of our best pieces called El Apagón, which I have the honor of performing with Jorge Merced, who happens to be the director of my piece, Evolution of a Sonero. And so yeah, Pregones is just awesome. And I'm blessed, like I said, to be a part of that, to have them in my corner and supporting me in my ambitious this ambitious project of mine.
Yeah, and also in your development, right? Because you've been able to fuse your poetry with your singing and all of that and do it in theater, right? Which I believe, you know, I want to say we originate from the theater. Like, we're thespians, right? Yeah. We've performed together, like, on so many projects, like many moons ago. And so let's talk a little bit about how Jorge is now playing this role of your director and what your process has been in birthing this evolution.
So Evolution of a Sonero is a solo piece, and it's a solo piece with a 3-piece Latin band. Like you said, I have all these aspects of my personality and my artistic personality that come together to create who is Flaco Navaja. So this piece is kind of talking about those things. And Jorge has been just very instrumental to keeping me on track, stopping me from chickening out and canceling the whole thing, and maintaining this fire under me to help me produce. So, and he's kind of guided this process through different prompts, through keeping me on a structure and not letting myself get overwhelmed with like this daunting task of creating this piece. We have this date. And so yeah.
So can we define for the audience what a sonero means?
Sure. Sonero is a salsa singer who uses knowledge of vernacular, rhythm, and style to improvise his delivery in between choruses.
That's a skill. That's a serious skill, because we're talking about, like, you're just going to free flow it and wing it according to what comes to you in that moment on rhythm. on beat,
On
and
key.
on key, right? On key. Music's not.
No, but you were right. On rhythm and on key.
And on key,
Yeah.
and have a point, and have an arc in the story, or have some kind of point to be made,
Yeah.
right? Because it's kind of like, back in the days, it's kind of like a way of telling news, right? And so now it's an art
It's our
form.
Puerto Rican griots.
Yes, yeah. And so you've mastered that, Flaco.
I wouldn't say mastered,
I
but
say mastered because it takes, you have to have exercised that enough to be able to just confidently go up there and kind of just trust whatever's going to come out. That's mastery.
well, thank you.
Yes, yes. And so I look forward to seeing this and hearing more about it. And we don't really have much time to discuss it more, but I do want to share before we go that you are going to also be performing in a garden, which I find interesting, right? Because I have this thing with nature, and the fact that Pregones is now doing this outdoor rumba event, that you're going to be giving a taste of this performance there.
So Pregones is partnering with Nos Quedamos, which is an organization that is doing a lot of work in community gardens all over the Bronx. So they're trying to reclaim these spaces and put together culture with community and nature. And Pregones has this very beautiful small little garden on the side of their theater. So we're going to start, this is going to be like a launching of these various events. And as well as myself, tomorrow, the event is tomorrow.
Right, Saturday, and it's
the 4th of
right,
May.
and it starts at what?
From 2 to 6.
From 2 to 6, and it's a family affair.
And it's free.
And it's free. Oh, my favorite word, free.
Yeah.
Favorite word.
So besides myself, there will be Los Pleneros de la 21 who will be performing. Also, spoken word artist, poet Bonafide Rojas. And I'm sure I'm missing someone else.
I think it's Miteri Tucker.
Yeah,
the Bombazo Dance
super
Company.
Bombazo Dance Company. So we have an eclectic group of people
And it's
that
gonna
it's
be-
going to be amazing.
Awesome. And it's
And-
going to be outdoors in
Yeah.
nature. And before we go, the El Sonero de...
Evolution of El Sonero.
Evolution of El Sonero.
Is going to be performed at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, which is on 47th Street in Manhattan off of 8th Avenue. And we're doing 4 shows, only 4 shows. That is Thursday the 10th at 7 p.m., Friday the 11th at 7 p.m., Saturday the 12th one at 3 and one at 8 p.m. And you can find tickets on Pregones, prtt.org.
Woo! Flaco Navaja, everyone! I'm so excited that he's not only here talking about all of this, he's going to give us a little taste. I like that. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, Flaco is going to perform one of his poetic masterpieces called Verse 1, and you don't want to miss that. Come back.